E-commerce in 2025 won't be anything like it used to be. You're up against more competition, higher ad costs, and customers who trust you less than ever. Now, if your brand is not as profitable as you'd like it to be, then this video will show you exactly why that's happening. But most importantly, how to actually fix this. But why watch this video? Well, essentially you will understand the real reason why your brand isn't as profitable as it was back in 2019. You will also learn how to build simple automated systems that capture site visitors, convert them into loyal customers, and increase the lifetime value without having to touch your ad spend. And you will also find out how the right email flows, as well as campaigns, can 3x your revenue while lowering your cost of acquisition. Now, before actually jumping into the 2025 e-commerce marketplace, we first need to understand the current state of the market and why things are changing so rapidly. Now, the bottom line is that ad costs are at an all-time high and the trust in the marketplace is at an all-time low. Now, why is this? Well, simply because ads can't do all the heavy lifting anymore. You can't just expect them to build trust, drive traffic, and convert cold visitors into customers. But yet, I still see brand owners operating like it's 2019, where they simply think that they can put some products into a Shopify store and start running Facebook ads in a profitable way. But to put this into perspective, I actually mapped out the whole problem that we are seeing in a more visual way. So let's jump straight in. Now, let me walk you through the exact process of how e-commerce brands are losing money in today's market. So essentially, there's traffic at the very top of the funnel, right? Which can be represented as eyeballs in this case scenario. They then see your Facebook ad or your Google ad or whatever traffic source you are running. They then visit your site, but then two things can happen from here. They can either place an order, which in the best case scenario is 3%, or they can leave the site, which usually is 97% of that traffic that you manage to get. Now, what happens with that traffic that has abandoned your site? Well, you then retarget them by paying Facebook more money to put the ad in their face. Then they see that ad, they visit your site, they abandon the site, and again, the cycle repeats. You retarget them, they visit your site, and they abandon your site. And usually 5 to 7 cycles like these actually convert someone into a client. Now, why? Why is this happening? Well, you need to understand that it's 2024 and it's almost 2025, meaning that there's objections to overcome, such as, is this going to work? Is it safe? Is this trustworthy? Why is it so expensive? There's also more skeptical customers due to the disappointing experiences they've had in the past, such as being scammed. Consumers are bombarded with hundreds of ads on a daily basis, meaning that they have a lot of other options which they can look into, which are way cheaper, right? And therefore, after 5 to 7 retargeting ads, when you've almost breaking even or perhaps even lost some money in the front end, they then place an order. But when you don't have an email marketing strategy in place, you then don't remind your clients to buy again, right? Because you have no flows in place or no campaigns in place, meaning that you end up losing a client. So you just went through all this process right here, where you've almost breaking even for then to lose a client after the first time purchase. Now, let me share with you how to actually dominate in e-commerce in 2025 with a full retention system in place. So back where we were before, when someone views your ad, they visit your site, but then they start deciding to abandoning it. Well, before they actually abandon your site, we present them with an optimized pop-up form. Now, in this pop-up form, we essentially are giving them an enticing offer away, such a discount code, such as buy 2, get 1 free, whatever that may be for your brand specifically and for your niche, we present them with an offer. Now, although we do this, 85% of the traffic will still leave, right? Because they just weren't as interested as they think they were, or perhaps they will then convert through retargeting ads. But then the other 11%, right? Sometimes they can't be more, sometimes they can't be less. They actually opt in, and we have their contact details where we can then leverage the cheapest form of marketing, which is email marketing. Now, once they're inside our ecosystem, we then deploy our flows as well as our weekly campaign. So essentially, when someone signs up, they get, first of all, the welcome flow, which is usually a series of 45 emails where we nurture the lead, right? Presenting them about our brand, our best sellers, just our story in general, or social proof of our products that they actually work, essentially addressing the objections that they may have and just showing them that we are trustworthy. Then we also have browse abandonment flows. Whenever someone browses a certain product, we can then trigger a flow which can remind them to come back at it, as well as the site abandonment, which is more for the site when they haven't clicked any product specifically. We just need to bring them down the funnel to just make them buy. Or the cart and checkout abandon flow, which is, as the name suggests, is when someone adds to cart or starts the checkout, and we then remind them and address objections for them to end up buying. Now, if they don't buy after all these flows that are in place, which are automated, we then need to send weekly campaigns. Now, these weekly campaigns usually contain topics like product education, a brand story, unique selling points, the frequently asked questions, or perhaps just sale-focused emails for events like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Halloween, whatever that may be. Now, once they actually convert after sending all these emails, which they should, they then place an order, and that doesn't finish there, right? Because as I mentioned before, once they place an order without emails, we then lose the client. But here what we do is nurture them again with a post-purchase flow, where we usually try to upsell or cross-sell them down the line, obviously not right off the bat. And then if they haven't bought for 60 to 90 days, we then present them with another flow, right? Because they're essentially just forgetting about our brand, and we just need to remind them because we have nothing to lose, essentially. And once we do that, they then obviously, well, we would want them to buy, but if they don't, then they're just out, and we at least try to. But then we present them with a VIP flow for those customers that have bought from us 3 times or more, which are obviously our most loyal customers and the customers that have the longest lifetime value, which we need to present exclusive deals to in order for them to feel valued and want to buy again from our brand. So I actually hope you found this video valuable with all the insights I actually gathered for the 2025 e-commerce landscape. And if you are looking for someone to do this for you and you are an e-commerce brand making at least $15,000 a month, then I'd prompt you to book a free discovery consultation call where we'll perform a audit of your account and determine if you are a good fit to working with us or you are not, which is completely fine as well. So see you on the next one.